Welcome to this Age of Empires forecasted game, and today, spawning in the north corner of the map in blue, we've got beastyqt playing as the Malians. His opponent today will be none other than 3DB, playing in orange in the south as the Delhi Sultanate. Welcome to Dry Arabia, and what promises to be a fantastic matchup, a fantastic game, two very highly skilled players in Age of Empires 4, of course. Now, a fun fact. Today, I'm casting this on the 14th of August 2023, and in 1281, during Kublai Khan's Mongol invasion, the second Mongol invasion of Japan, his invading fleet of vessels, 3,500 of them, they disappeared into a typhoon near Japan. Now, why am I telling you this? Well, I thought it'd be a fun fact, but in particular also just to kill some dead time. There's not much that happens in this matchup early on, but also, wouldn't it be amazing to have the Japanese as another civilization in Age of Empires 4? What I'd love to hear from you guys is, what civilization would you love to see come to Age of Empires 4 if you could choose? Pick one, let me know, drop it in the comment section below. I'd love to see and read what you guys hope to be coming to you. Who knows? Who knows when? In any case, what we do know is that the Dome of the Faith is the landmark of choice for 3DB to go to that feudal age, which is an interesting choice actually, because I have to say 3DB's Delhi Sultanate is incredibly strong. But he often goes for the Tower of Victory, so it'll be interesting to see why he decides to go for the Dome of the Faith landmark on this occasion. I guess he just wants to play a bit of a macro approach, maybe get that scholar, kind of loads of scholars onto the field. We've seen it before in the early stages of Age of Empires 4. Delhi Sultanate used to spam those scholars. It used to be very, very difficult to deal with. In the north, beastyqt going up with the Mansa quarry, building it with a good few villages, 6 of them. Now, let's talk about the map, of course. Very important. We've got the wood lines and the really good, decent positions, to be fair. I wouldn't say really good, but decent. Especially this wood line at the back. Nice back gold for the Delhi. But a bit of a problematic situation with the berries on the front lines there. It's a bit of a difficult situation. But the main thing is we have to see what strategy beastyqt will do, whether you look to punish that or not. And the wood lines, I mean, they're okay. It's pretty close to the town centre. The secondary wood... I mean, actually, no, to be fair, the wood lines are a lot less well off for the beastyqt, I would say. Yeah, it's got one wood line. One thing I would say is he could actually wall this up very, very nicely. The 2 wood lines to the town centre and then to the edge of the map. And this actually really suits the Malians because they often go for fast castle. It's often a thing. In fact, this might be a revamp of the old traditional fast castle for the Malians because he's got the map for it. It's going to go for the stable, most likely for the warrior scouts to pop out. But a couple of walls here really protects a lot of the back economy, and let's just see what's back here. So we've got the gold, which is, you know, absolutely perfect for the Malians. He's actually got a secondary gold and also the berries. This is absolutely perfect. He's going to be getting that, you know, the pit mine there to get that passive gold generation in the houses around it. But not only that, I wouldn't be surprised to see a Farimba garrison, you know, the typical fast castle build for the Malians. Because he's got 2 gold veins to feed off and really use. The next gold after that is kind of far away, but once he does use this gold up for the Farimba garrison units, he'll be able to get that good map control in terms of unit numbers, most likely. We'll have to see, because the Delhi Sultanate are very strong in the feudal age. In fact, that's probably where they shine the most. They do have a couple of options in the castle age themselves, but fast castle is not really a thing. They can get a decent castle age time if they get access to the sacred sites, but it's not a free investment, right? So when we consider this matchup in terms of the map as well, it's really important to consider the map. beastyqt's castle age is going to be super fast. He just has to invest a little bit of palisade walling, and it'll be very, very safe. Palisade walls, and he'll be fine for a fast castle, especially with the cows coming in. Looks like he's also going to get professional scouts, so he wants to get that free food on the map. That's going to be super important. So he's going to get the Mansa quarry on gold. He's going to be able to afford 2 pit mines at the back eventually, and he's going to get deer pack food from the professional scouts. Now, for the Delhi Sultanate, on the other hand, to get to the castle age, things are a lot more different. You know, they need to actually invest in units, so they can get map position and map control on the sacred sites, capture the sacred sites, defend the sacred sites, and then they get a bit of gold, a decent amount of gold to be fair, for getting up to the next stage. Now, with that in mind though, it does seem like one option for the Delhi Sultanate is mass producing scholars. And that's what we're starting with already in the feudal age here, the Dome of the Faith. Getting a few scholars out onto the map. That will get that positioning, be able to get the help of those sacred sites to get to that castle age himself. But there's definitely going to be a window of opportunity here for Beastie. Oh, he's going to deny these walls, it seems. There is one spearman. I mean, I don't know. I think the warrior scouts engage this because they heal up very, very fast. And I don't think... Yeah, he's just going to micro the weak ones away. And unfortunately, it looks like the Delhi Sultanate B is going to lose a single spearman. Actually, quite a nice bonus for the Delhi Sultanate to be able to build the palisade walls with the spearmen and the archers. But you can see the healing of this warrior scout going pretty fast here at the bottom. 28, 29, 30, 31... It's almost 1 health per second, maybe a bit faster. It's going to burn also down, and I think B just needs to cancel this. He might be just wasting a bit of wood. That was a bit unfortunate. He's wasting wood there. B, cancel it! Doesn't look like he's going to do it. But in any case, in the north, he's got plenty of food underneath the town centre in the form of cows, getting horticulture as well, getting all the right upgrades to be able to get to that fast castle. He's got the second pit mine coming up now. It's fully walled up, and this is looking to be at a very good spot here for Beastie. I mean, look at that, it's getting so much of the deer as well. 6 of them. I'm not sure how many he'll bring home there because there is a Ghazi Raider, 2 spearmen. He's going to fight back a little bit. I think he has to drop them. I don't think he can get all of these. He might lose a scout or 2 if he's not careful, Beastie. He does lose 1 scout. He won't want to lose too many more. I think he drops them off now. And he's going to drop them off like far away from each other as well, so there's no sort of easiness for B to get the deer. He's halfway back as well. He's going to run away with the scouts now, though. Now, the Ghazi Raider should be able to catch up, though. We'll see, actually, the movement speed. What the movement speed is like. 1.88 for the Ghazi Raider, 1.75. So, certainly the Ghazi Raider can catch up. Spearman will be taken apart, but does good damage. Micros that well to keep the weak scout alive for now. But whilst he didn't get the scouts, the deer camps, rather, he does have a deer camp here he could take, potentially. And I'm sure he'll have another stab at it. But nice try for Beastie to try and bring some deer carcasses in. He's going to get some from the east side. And to carry on with that food income. You can see, look at that at the top left, the food income looking very, very nice. 630 food already, and 373 gold in the bank. So what I was discussing is, well, there's going to be a window of opportunity here where Beastie gets into the Castle Age, pump out the Castle Age units, and undoubtedly Delhi Sultanate going to be still be in the feudal age. He's going to invest in units to get the sacred sites. Now there is a world in which the Delhi Sultanate get that Castle Age and maybe go for the compound of the Defender landmark, get the cheaper keeps, which can also act as town centres if they get the right upgrade. And he might need to spam keeps on the sacred sites. It feels like sacred site is a good option here in this matchup. The concern is that, well, it just depends how much of a lead time that Beastie has to the Castle Age, because he's almost there, heading towards the 10-minute mark. I think that's where he's going to get the Castle Age, and it's a big problem for the Delhi, because, like how it used to be, the Firimb garrison, yeah, that's exactly the landmark of choice, and he's going to pump out gold units very cheaply. And that's going to become a problem. He's going to develop a really big military lead. He's obviously got a very small military at the moment, and he has to invest in numbers. He's going to be investing in the tech up, and then starting to produce armies. You can see he's going to be harassing this scholar to get the sacred site, just delaying the sacred site as much as possible. And so the reason why this is actually quite a difficult matchup for the Delhi Sultanate at the moment, especially with this kind of map, is because whilst the Delhi Sultanate have been buffed a little bit with the Ghazi Raider being a bit more of an anti-armor specialist, this makes them good against, for example, the HRE, the Holy Roman Empire fast castle. You know, there's once a time the Holy Roman Empire used to go very much fast castle. Sometimes they still do in some matchups. And they used to go for the Burgher of Palace to be able to smash out those man-at-arms. Now, the Delhi Sultanate are a little bit more well adept at dealing with that with the Ghazi Raider. Obviously not the pure counter unit in the form of crossbows, but they can still do a decent job against man-at-arms. But against the Malians, there's not huge amounts of kind of a soft counter to what they have. They've got the Sofa, which is, a bit of an awkward unit to deal with. And mass archers for the Delhi can be problematic, with the javelin thrower being a possibility for the Malians. It's looking to get the sacred sites and wall them up, though. It does have 3 sacred sites, a gold income coming in. We talked about how that could be B's opportunity to go to that Castle Age. Trouble is, he is behind on the Castle Age timing and is behind on economy, primarily because of the deer that coming in. And I think that far overweighs the free technologies that the Delhi Sultanate gets. The Delhi Sultanate get those free technologies, economy, and blacksmith. Does have double blacksmith. You can see the Eco-techs have already come in. Wheelbarrow, horticulture, double broadaxe, and pickaxe. And now the blacksmith upgrades coming in too. Trying to burn down the palisades, but as you can see, it's very difficult for the Delhi Sultanate to break in. And instead, he's going to have to try and focus on capturing and protecting those sacred sites. The tricky part is that, well, B shows no sign of going to the Castle Age, and there's a heavy investment in the feudal age, which he's had to do with his opponent now in the Castle Age. Whilst 3DB has 36 military, I mean, these are feudal age units, and they're not going to be able to do any critical damage. He's not killed a single villager. And if anything, the statistics show otherwise. It looks like Beastie's got 1000 destruction value, and with B only 200. So B looks to be struggling in this match. Looks like professional scouts and this map in particular, Firimba Garrison, the landmark of choice, it's really suiting Beastie's chances in this game. And he's also looking to deny that central sacred site. I think B needs to stop this. He doesn't want the counter to be reset. I think that'd be a big problem if it is reset, actually. It's 8 minutes on the clock. Maybe that's his only win condition. I think maybe going compound the defender to keep could be an option. But he's going to need to do something. Maybe get a market to sell or to buy some food with the gold that's coming in. He does have a market, so could potentially do just that. But the sacred sites are being contested. The one on the west being contested by Scout. I don't think that'll be contested for too much longer. Middle part's not walled up. There's a lot of spearmen that could be walling here for 3DB. 3DB's micromanagement of units is not seemingly on point today. Maybe it's a warm-up game, actually. I didn't see what time of day he's playing this, but this doesn't seem to be his usual self, I have to say here. B would be walling that up. Maybe it was a shift-clicking problem, who knows. But in any case, what we do know is the units for beastyqt really starting to ramp up in production. It's actually kind of crazy. This gold vein should probably be expiring soon. Can't see quite how much gold is left. Yeah, 1,300 is going to be expiring soon, but it's got obviously this 4,000 gold vein to rely on. And I feel like in one way or another, we're on a timing window. I don't think this game will actually last all that much longer. We'll have to see how it pans out. There may be a way that the Delhi Sultanate B can hold on for a little bit. A Wallow going off, just a distraction more than anything. Oh, he's going to look to neutralize the sacred site in the center as well as the east. And I think he gets this one in the middle. That's actually a really big problem. Make no mistake about this. This being decapped resets any possible win condition timer for him. He's going to go up with the compound of the defender, but the thing is B is not on stone. Yeah, this is a very awkward play, actually, because he's not going to be able to afford to keep just yet. He's going to have to get them stone first and then get a keep. I mean, it's really going to come down to where he puts the keep. There is one option to put it maybe on this third gold, just to try and deny as much gold coming in, but the issue with going against the Malians is they've got the passive gold generation from the pit mines. And it's looking to be an interesting game. The military lead is still in favour of B, but it'll be interesting to see how long that lasts for. Has to get an outpost on the forward berries. I have to say, the map generation for B was actually pretty terrible. 2 berries forward, which is not what the Delhi Sultanate want. Does have a deer camp here that he could take advantage of. Obviously, the other deer camp predominantly stolen away by Beastie. And looks like the right side of Sacred Site is being pressurized as well. We do see an Imam popping out for the Malians. I'm not seeing an Malian Imam before. Nice skin. Looks kind of interesting. He wants the Sacred Site for his own. Oh, he wants a relic, actually. Is there a world in which he gets the Wallow? Does get that castle age timing now, Beastie. B rather, 14 minutes. Oh, might get a Wallow. I was going to try and block him. Oh, doesn't get it. No, he doesn't. Pulls out. But so that'll be a clean-up by B. We'll deny the access to the relics. But yeah, I mean, that castle age timing for Beastie is so strong now, because he is going to get that gold in from the relics. And where do you go from here? From a civilization which is very gold hungry, they can make food from gold with the cows. They can make plenty of units from the Firimba Garrison with just gold. He's picked up 2 relics and has already got 1 in the bag. Maybe mass scholar and archers could be a thing. But then javelin throwers could be a counter there for Beastie. So he's going to try and push it a little bit here, B, now that he's got to the castle age. These aren't veteran just yet, that's the problem. It's going to take a time to actually get these research and techs in. That's another problem that the Delhi Sultanate face, actually. The tech up to the next stage, I mean, the techs that you need to research, that veterancy, it takes a while to come in. Whilst you might have scholars in the mosque, which does increase or decrease the time it takes, it increases the speed of research. It's still a bit of a lag time. Take a look at this. It's going to take a good 1.5 minutes there for the veterancy to come in. Looking to get the village fortresses to make those keeps into town centres, but he doesn't have enough stone for a keep just yet. Trying to get a relic of his own, being harassed by the scouts, and does only have 1 of the relics so far. Does have 2 sacred sites, which will certainly help his gold income. But with the 4th relic in play for Beastie, 4 out of 5 relics is actually really strong. And B struggling. I think it's a matchup thing, and I think it's certainly a map thing, but beastyqt playing this very nicely strategically. There is a window of opportunity for B if he can get a couple of keeps up, build up the number of villages, just really turtles in a mass economy. It's not really his style, but it'll be interesting to see if he does get a keep on this west sacred site, keep on this the east sacred site, producing the villages, on the stone to get more keeps and the wood, and then he focuses on a fight in the middle. Speaking of fighting, there was something going on in the south here. I'm not quite sure what that was. Oh, it's a big raid? Well, no, it's a small raid. Just a couple of scouts will be taken apart by the Ghazi raiders. But nice berry patch at the back there for the Delhi Sultanate. West side, look at the military numbers, 60 to 46. It's really started to spiral out of control. And it's primarily because of that Farimba garrison. This stone mine has about 1,300 gold left. He will need to venture out into the middle there, Beastie. He already has, actually, somewhat. It's actually unfortunate that B hasn't looked to deny this. There's actually a decent amount of gold coming in there for free. 102 gold per minute, just from the pit mine itself. 140 in total if you include the village. Oh, a lot of spearmen do go down there for free. A nice pick off there by Beastie. It's actually huge. Oof, that was a big, big loss there by B. Doesn't seem to be playing his usual self, I have to say. Losing the sacred site on the east side now as well, it seems. Rather confusingly, the Malian Imam seems to be wearing orange clothing. But he doesn't belong to the Orange Delhi Sultanate, that is for sure. Going to be breaking into the west side sacred site. And yeah, military numbers wise, he just doesn't have it. He's coming forward now to get a keep. Will it be contested? Couple of archers there for the Malians. Does he have textiles? He does. So that's a good bit of detail there for B, getting textiles, because there's always a risk of this happening. The Ghazi raid is riding in with a lot of scholars there for the Delhi. Should be okay to get the sacred site, the keep rather up. But not without casualties. There's actually a lot of archers there. The keep does go up, and the village is probably going to be getting that wood there. As you can see, getting a lumber camp. It's a decent position. It wants to go for more of the central location to deny that gold vein, which is certainly helpful. But yeah, this is concerning because, I mean, he will have access to gold by villagers producing out of this, but he needs more keeps, I think. Let's get that central sacred site. Units here on the west. Might be looking to break in and do some damage on the back. A couple of deer camps still there. Still there to be. Potential to take. Look at the military numbers. 88 to 35. Looking kind of rough. But with both civilizations in Castle Age, there's still a possible chance. But you can see the powerhouse of the Malians with this kind of map. The powerhouse of the Farimba garrison. In fact, he's housed pretty badly here, Beastie. So certainly wants to get another house. Going to go up to stone here on the east side. You know, there is a way that maybe spamming out keeps is an option, but the thing is, the Malians, all they really need to do at this point is get a couple of siege workshops, start getting those trebuchets out, support those trebuchets with the military he's got already on the field, and he should be in a good spot. A lot of villagers are being kept idle on that wood line. This is a bit of a difficult situation for B. He's going to dive underneath this. He does have the second archer upgrade, the second ranged armor upgrade for these units, so they're going to be able to hide underneath the town centre. In fact, there's nothing garrisoned inside this town centre. That's kind of bad. A lot of villagers are running around like headless chicken at this point. A lot of them are far forward as well. It's not ideal. Pretty exposed. Might need to keep on this right side. But back at home, he is being covered in archers. 67 of them. I wonder if Beastie has poison arrows. Quite a high chance of that being the case. As I say that, oh, he does have archery range, yeah. He does have indeed poison arrows. We'll take out that pit mine, but with the army on the front lines, this means these archers are uncontested. Looking to get value, just pick off anything he can find here, Beastie. And he probably doesn't feel too at risk. He might need to get a couple of outposts on the front, maybe keep it of his own. And I think that might be the case. Doesn't quite have enough stone for it. Does he have a market to buy the rest? He does have a market. Could potentially buy the rest of the stone for the keep. Get it on a forward position and start trebbing down these keeps that B has. On the right side, oh, the keep will go up, but not without... Oh, will it go up? He's got to keep it on the right side there, Beastie. He wants that gold vein in the east. This is looking rough for B. Beast... Well, actually, wait, hang on a minute. Yeah, it's looking rough for B in terms of getting the keep up, but he will win the fight. Beastie not retracting the units. I'm not entirely sure why. He could probably run away from this, but he's fighting and engaging. A lot of scholars here healing up the units. I think this is a great fight for B. When you're 105 units versus 132, that's a problematic situation. Oh, here come the archers. The keep will go up, but villagers will go down. I don't think the scholars will survive either. And I think Beastie just backs away slowly and takes out a lot of the Ghazi raiders. In fact, he might just chase them down. Okay, well, B gets the keep up, but it's got a lot of idle villagers. That's not ideal. And yeah, Beastie is going to pick off the remaining scholars. That's a lot of resources lost, actually, has to be said. Especially with Beastie being able to replace this with the economy that he has. He's going to back off away from this keep now. Good thing that B got that keep, though, to defend this gold and the stone. And the sacred site. Does have the sacred site decapped, though. Only has a central one to his name. All right, 20 minutes into the game so far. Oh, it's broken through. I think there were a lot of villages there that might have actually perished. The back lines, though, the berries have been all taken. And amongst all of this, I would be expecting to see some siege workshops there for Beastie. There we are. 2 of them up on the field already. Oh, well, there's almost 2. One already working and one coming. Look at the number of military he's got on the field. 84 of these archers. Poison arrow, 71. Holy moly. 84 military in total. Oh no, oh no. B, I hope he reacts in time. It could be an absolute slaughter. He's behind on villagers, 13 of them already. Oh, he's going to lose so much. There's I'll get 4 or 5 of them. And it's more about the idle time being caused as well. Huge damage caused there by Beastie. The trebuchets coming out. I'm not sure whether B has enough to deal with that. Has a decent amount of wood, decent amount of gold in the bank. No siege workshop himself. Will he be able to afford some springles against his trebuchets? And even if he does, how does he deal with 84 military when he's only got 11 to his name? Certainly an interesting civilization matchup. I think in many ways the Malians are a lot better, but it is very dependent on the map. And of course with Age of Empires 4, strategy games alike, you really do need to pay attention to what the map's like. It looks like beastyqt has done just that, playing the strategy incredibly well. And with the trebuchets out from the siege workshop, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. 3DB knows he's behind on villagers, he knows he's behind on military, and he has to tap out with a fantastic civilization matchup. Don't forget to drop a comment in the comment section below about which civilization you would love to see coming into Age of Empires 4. Take care, and see you next time.